Who said you could grow up so fast, huh?
Mom, don't get mushy.
This came for you today. I presume it's your request.
A lot of my friends are doing federal service.
Well, you're not thinking of applying.
In the 23rd century, Earth is embroiled in an interstellar war with the monstrous arachnids, giant insect-like aliens. The conflict escalates when the arachnids retaliate against human colonization by hurling an asteroid at Earth. Paul Verhoeven's 1997 sci-fi epic, Starship Troopers, drops us into the fray alongside Johnny Rico, a new recruit whose home city, Buenos Aires, is annihilated by the asteroid. Let's rewind. Against his parents' wishes, Rico enlists in the mobile infantry to follow his girlfriend, Carmen Ibanez, who aspires to be a pilot. As they navigate their military careers, Rico's psychic friend Carl Jenkins joins military intelligence, and Dizzy Flores, who secretly loves Rico, transfers to his squad. During training, Rico impresses his drill sergeant and earns a promotion, but a tragic mistake leads to his demotion and punishment. Feeling responsible for his squadmate's death, Rico becomes disillusioned and decides to leave the military. However, as he is about to leave the base, a newsreel displaying the destruction of his hometown, Buenos Aires, changes his mind. With all ties to his past life severed, he finds a renewed sense of purpose in his military career. Rico's determination and resolve quickly set him apart, allowing him to distinguish himself in battle and rapidly ascend through the military ranks. Verhoeven uses glossy propaganda reels and upbeat classroom lectures to satirize a fascist future where war is glorified and citizenship must be earned through military service. While his critique of fascism is widely recognized, one aspect often overlooked is his attempt to include a strong female protagonist, which falls woefully short. Carmen Ibanez is beautiful, ambitious, career-driven, and completely unlikable. Instead, it's the sweet girl next door, Dizzy Flores, who earns all our sympathy as the loyal, lovable, and ultimately tragic heroine. Damn it, Paul. Rico and Dizzy together is the happy ending we deserve. Although based on Robert A. Heinlein's book, it is the film adaptation of Starship Troopers that has made a lasting impact on popular culture. Its influence extends across various media, including the video game Helldivers, which pays homage to the film's themes, humor, and aesthetics. Despite its flaws, Starship Troopers provides a unique watching experience and remains a notable 90s cult classic in the science fiction genre. 1995's The City of Lost Children is one of the more captivating films to behold. I first saw it as a child, and, much like The Nightmare Before Christmas and The Brave Little Toaster, it almost immediately seized my imagination. In this eerie, retro steampunk future, clones babble incomprehensibly, brains whisper secrets, and a city is cloaked in a fog of oppression. The vapors of reality slowly bleed through the surreal, revealing a quest for lost innocence and a deep yearning for a forgotten past. Directed by Marc Caro and Jean-Pierre Jeunet, this French film masterfully blends dark science fiction with an almost fairy tale-like charm. The film starts on a spooky offshore oil rig, where the mad scientist Crank, who is unable to dream, concocts a nefarious plan. Assisted by his bizarre henchmen, including clones who can't remember who came first, he kidnaps children from a nearby harbour town to steal their dreams. Driven by an insatiable thirst for more dreams and a desire to delay his accelerated aging, his scheme takes an unexpected turn when he captures Denry, a little boy haunted by Crank's creepy Santas. And I mean creepy. Unbeknownst to Crank, Denry is the adopted brother of One, a circus strongman. Desperate to find his brother, One joins forces with Mietta, a clever girl from a thieves' guild. Together, they plot a daring rescue to infiltrate Crank's lair on the oil rig and free the captured children. Amidst the pretty pictures and nightmarish setting, the true heart of the film emerges through the interactions between One and Miette. Their unlikely partnership blossoms into a deep, protective bond that provides a touching contrast to the surrounding darkness. As they navigate through a labyrinth of dangers, from bismuth to the octopus, Miette gradually becomes the emotional and moral compass for One. She guides him through the complexities of their dark world, while he protects her from its perils. The cast, led by Ron Perlman as One and Judith Vitay as Miette, help ground us in this fantastical and grotesque world. The film relies heavily on visual storytelling, allowing silence and atmospheric tension to carry the narrative and emotional weight of each scene. The cast's ability to humanize such an abstract plot, an odd world, is a key reason why the film continues to resonate with audiences and maintains its cult classic status.
Not having any idea when it's going... Hey! What are you doing?
Where's your bioport? Oh, don't tell me you've never been fitted. I can't believe it.
No, I was never fitted with a bioport. What do you care?
Well, you want to get into the biz and you've never played one of my games?
In the world of Exis 10s, an organic game pod isn't just a controller, it's a portal grafted into your spine. From visionary director David Cronenberg, the year is 2030, and ultra-sustainable biotechnological devices have replaced unsustainable electronic ones. The evolution of video games has led to the creation of organic game pods. The pods have flexible umbilical-like cords that attach directly to a player's spine via a surgically inserted bioport, connecting their body to the game world. Two rival game companies, Antenna Research and Cortical Systematics, compete for dominance in this strange world, while a group of fanatics called realists fight to prevent the deforming of reality. When Allegra Geller, a world-renowned game designer, is attacked during a demonstration of her latest virtual reality game, she flees with security guard and publicist Ted Picoul. To test the integrity of the game pod, which may have been damaged, Picoul reluctantly agrees to have a bioport installed in his spine. As they navigate through increasingly bizarre and dangerous scenarios, both inside and outside the game, Geller and Picoul find themselves questioning the essence of reality. Cronenberg provides fresh variations on familiar themes, offering intriguing metaphors about the role of the artist in a consumer-driven world and the ambivalent effects of fetishized, thrill-based entertainment. Cronenberg's clinical yet grotesque visuals, melding flesh and technology, are both unsettling and creepy. His canny direction keeps us off balance, deftly subverting our expectations with each additional layer of reality unveiled. The game world's inconsistent rules and disturbingly organic nature feel remarkably tangible through the film's practical effects and ingenious production design. This 1999 cult sci-fi thriller forces us into a dizzying hall of mirrors, where the real and simulated constantly intertwine. With each bizarre twist and unnerving revelation, Cronenberg erodes our certainty. The film's unsettling conclusion offers no escape, leaving us with a lingering question. In the face of such seductive artificial worlds, how can we ever be sure, truly sure, that we've unplugged and returned to our own reality?
Okay, so tell me, have you ever jacked in? Have you ever wire tripped?
No.
A virgin brain. Good. Good. Well, we're going to start you off right, okay? Just tell me, just save us some time. Tell me what you know.
Just what I've read, that the technology was developed for the feds to replace the body wire, and now it's gone black market.
What if someone could record, replay, and sell your most intimate moments? Catherine Bigelow's Strange Days envisions this cyberpunk future. The film, written by James Cameron and Jay Cox, utilizes SQUID technology, superconducting quantum interference device, to enable the recording and playback of memories, sensations, and emotions, all on a high-tech microdisc. Set in a decaying, crime-ridden Los Angeles teetering on the brink of social collapse, where even Santa Claus isn't safe. The film follows Lenny Nero, played by Ralph Fiennes, a former cop turned dealer of illicit SQUID recordings. When Lenny receives a disc capturing the brutal murder of a prostitute, he discovers a connection to his ex-girlfriend Faith, played by Juliette Lewis. This revelation drops him and his friend, Macy, portrayed by Angela Bassett, into a conspiracy involving police corruption, sexual violence, and the ruthless exploitation of celebrities. At the center of the mystery is Faith's new boyfriend, music mogul Philo, played by Michael Wincott. Blending gritty neo-noir aesthetics within a cyberpunk veneer, Strange Days portrays a society spiraling towards moral decay, driven by an unhealthy obsession with technology and voyeurism. The film's raw depictions of sexual assault and violence add a disturbing layer of realism, heightening the suspense as the new millennium approaches. Just 2 days until the year 2000, Bigelow's hallucinatory visuals and frenetic camera work jars you into Lenny's chaotic world, creating a disorienting and suspenseful experience. Strange Days feels akin to something from William Gibson's Sprawled trilogy, where technology subverts the boundaries of individual experience, acting as a tool for exploitation and voyeurism, while showing the dehumanizing effects of commodifying personal experiences. The film generated little buzz when it was released in 1995, but it has since gained a cult following and is now recognized as an underrated gem of cyberpunk cinema.
The police are looking for you.
I know. Saw the papers. Killers stalk city streetwalkers. I was with one of those women before I came here tonight.
I don't understand.
I met her outside an automat. I guess I wanted to test myself. I wanted to know if I had it in me to do those things. Maybe I have lost my mind, but whoever I am, I'm still me, and I'm not a killer.
Years before, Inception toyed with the architecture of dreams. Alex Proyas's 1999 film, Dark City, explored similar themes of memory, identity, and the fragility of existence. This neo-noir science fiction film, starring Rufus Sewell and Jennifer Connelly, presents a unique vision of a shadowy, ever-changing reality filled with strange secrets. While Inception ensnares us in a surreal dream world, Dark City soaks us in an inky, waking nightmare. The film follows John Murdoch, a man who awakens in a hotel bathtub with no memory of his past. As he navigates the applicably named Dark City, Murdoch discovers that he is wanted for a series of brutal murders. Desperate to uncover the truth and clear his name, he finds himself pursued not only by a detective, but also by a mysterious group known as the Strangers. As Murdoch slowly unravels the mystery at the heart of Dark City, he senses a disturbance in the Force. The Strangers, mysterious beings who bear a striking resemblance to House Harkonnen from the recent Dune movies, exert a sinister influence over the city. And Murdoch, with his unique ability to resist the Strangers' strange powers, becomes the proverbial sword to their Gordian knot. Dark City drips with a noir-inspired aesthetic, while also drawing intentionally from German expressionist films like Metropolis. Combined with its sci-fi elements, the film creates a cinematic experience that feels like an experimental film from a bygone era. Like Inception, Dark City's charm lies partially in its thought-provoking ending, which raises questions about whether we are who we believe we are, and introduces the idea that our memories and personality may be malleable, shaped by external forces beyond our control. The connection between the films goes deeper, as both feature protagonists whose relationships reveal the fragility of their perceived realities. In Dark City, John seeks Emma to help him rediscover his past, while in Inception, Dom's unresolved feelings for Mal threaten to sabotage his missions within the dream world. It is in these moments that the fractured selves of the protagonists are fully displayed, and the dreamy fragments we observe are as ambiguous to us as they are to them. Jennifer Connelly and Rufus Sewell are nothing short of mesmerizing. Connelly's performance as Emma adds a layer of emotional depth and almost ethereal presence that perfectly complements the film's noir atmosphere. She melts into every scene with a charming yet vulnerable performance that simmers with unspoken intensity, and Sewell's portrayal of John, with his raw and desperate energy, anchors the film's frenetic nature. Despite barely breaking even at the box office, Dark City has since cultivated a well-deserved cult following. The film's influence has reverberated through countless works, from The Matrix to Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, solidifying its place as a science fiction classic.